My name is Mtunda Betty, the National Woman Leader, Reformed Presbyterian Church Africa, Uganda. I'm based in Namutumba and Kampala. I had a vision of opening up a CBO. Since my childhood, I used to have a passionate heart, and I used to have that passion of looking after the less privileged people, elderly, less privileged women, children, youth, boys and men. I came up with something. After reading the Bible so much, I read in Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 2, which told me that write your vision on a plain paper so that who reads it can run and do what God can help. So I went back one time in 2018. I started it. After praying so much, the Lord answered me. He said, now, Betty, it's time you write your vision on a plain paper. I went to Namutumba, the location where I come from, in eastern Uganda. I looked into the communities where I went in Itonko town, in Itonko village, Town Council, Namutumba district, is where I found a community very virgin with many less privileged ones.
Hello, this is Sarah Bull and Mwibo. I'm the director of Children's Ministries. It's part of Mukagwa Children and Women Ministry. We have different departments in this ministry where we cater for women and children. We strive to improve the lives of people, mostly in the communities. We work with the ladies who are vulnerable, the ladies who are single parents, single mothers, and also those who are widows. But we've had challenges, mostly the reverends in our communities, in our churches. They always strive with finances, mostly to take their children to school. Because when they involve in businesses, we lack the word of God. So we are praying for them. We call upon everyone to stand with us in prayers and support, because we have to look after the children in our community, because we have those who are vulnerable, those who are orphans, and the single mothers. So they always come to us wanting help, but we're also looking upon the Lord to provide. Well, we have different activities. We have we lay bricks, we make bricks, we make shoes. We call them crafty shoes. Where in the process we have to cater for these disadvantaged children, and also we have the grinding machine, though it's not operating right now because of limited resources. Then we are trying to look for other sources where we can attain income to cater for the children, mostly because I deal with children and also women. So we are looking for sources where we can get some income to provide for the disadvantaged. And we are doing this to show the love of God to the communities. And Jesus says in Matthew 25 from verse 35 to 40, he says that I was hungry and you gave me food. I was a stranger, you took me home. I was naked, you clothed me. I was in prison, you visited me. I was sick, and others. So we are trying to show the love of Christ. So we call upon you to stand with us in prayers, in support, that we may reach to the communities. God bless you. We love you.
By then I had no papers to cover me up. But after reading very well the Bible in Proverbs 19:17, I also found a verse which told me that he who pities the poor lends to God. And that's what I did with the little funds I had, my own savings. I started up an organization called the Mukagwa Children and Women Ministries by giving out scholastic materials to less privileged children, looking for clothes from church to church, doing everything which can help me support those people. I started the vision. And after doing that, when I gathered some money again, I went to the district to write to the CBO. By then, the names of Juliet, she told me registering that CBO needs documentation, which I said, no problem, I will again pray. I went back on my knees, I prayed very well, and again God gave me money to start off. As I speak now, we are a registered organization under the names of Mukagwa Children and Women Ministries, located in Itonko, Namtumba district, and we are doing very well. Though we don't have donors yet, but we are praying to God. God is providence that the donors will come. You Christian brethren, you who are hearing about our organization, I would like to thank you so much. For whoever will listen to this video and see me speak, please take note that what you are doing is not for you. It's God who has sent you to this page to read about us, so that God can repay you in abundance. The founder of Mukagwa Children and Women Ministries, which I started in 2018 as me. But as I speak now, we are more than 10 people working in that organization. We started it started as a non-Christian, as a non-government organization. We strive to promote quality Christian education, health care, and economic empowerment to the less privileged people or communities. We are committed to improve lives of people like orphans, the vulnerable children, people living with HIV/AIDS, cancer patients, survivors, gender-based violence survivors, and women. As I speak now, we have done so well. Though we don't have donors as per now, we are doing great. By running and doing it on the ground, people have started running to come to us to see what we are doing, and people we are impacting people in the community as I speak now. Formation of a steering committee, which is already there. Development of a mission, which I've done already. Registration of local authorities, which is already done. And initial fundraising from the communities, churches, and well-wishers. Our growth stage, recruitment of volunteers, We recruit volunteers, establish project management structure, implementation of pilot projects, community engagement and outreaches. Development of partnerships with local organizations and government stakeholders. Increased community participation, establishment of a strong governance structure to ensure that all the things we do are in proper order. Fundraising and resource mobilization from community members, church leaders, all churches and other people at large, and even well-wishers, including donors. Whoever hears about us, please run to us and help us. We are glad and we pray for you too. The coordination, institutional strengthening, capacity building. We do capacity building for staffs and volunteers, development of strategic partnerships, improved monitoring and evaluation systems, which is already in place, and enhanced community ownership and leadership. This organization is for the community, not ours. Though I'm the founder, but it's for the community. When I die, the community will remain with the organization and they will run it smoothly without any interference. We come to sustainability of this organization. Long-term financial stability is what we are looking at. Strong community support and ownership is what we are telling the community, that this thing is not mine or ours or for my family, but it's for you. For you. You are the beneficiaries here. Replication of successful models. I do that because I know some people, once they open up organizations are theirs, but this one is not mine, it's for the community. We would like to adapt new things, to learn skills from other organizations, from here in Uganda and elsewhere in the world. The challenges we have here are funding constraints. We have limited funds and resources, which I know everyone can hear that and see and know that we lack. Community empathy and resistance. Competition from other organizations which have more funders can bypass you, because if you don't have funders, you have nothing. So we use our limited resources we have to see that these people, the ones we have already in the organization, are catered for and are okay. Leadership and management issues. Scaling up a reputation challenges. But our leadership, I assure you, is very powerful and strong. We consider the following things. Conducting a needs assessment to identify community priorities as per now. What do I mean by this? A strategic plan to guide growth, establishing a strong monitoring system. It needs you to go down deep on the ground and see what are the challenges of the people, what do they face, how is the health in the community there, down there, because health issues in Uganda are a problem. Our health facilities are not in good whatever. So we go down there, do outreaches, take to them drugs available which we can afford to buy. I'm not saying that we do everything, no. We get the list, the drugs which can be accessible to those people. By that, I mean doing testing RDT, which is rapid test for malaria. That's very important in the community. Testing for BP, that's high blood pressure in elderly, which is missing down there. And to some hard to reach areas, like on the islands, we use boats to go there, to reach there and do such things, which means we need a lot of money to reach those people. Those are hard to reach areas, whereby in Uganda, where we have limited funds, you cannot do it without faith. But by faith, as it's written in Romans 1:17, that we live by faith. We do it by faith to go there and do those services to them and render the services to them for those ones who need them. Though I may say that even in the communities where we go, there are those ones who can afford to go there. We don't discriminate in anything, religion, tribe, nothing, name, gender, nothing. We give our services to everyone. Our mission is empowering girls and communities to strive amidst climate change through education and advocacy and sustainability of livelihoods of the people down there. Vision statement: a resilient and equitable Uganda where girls and women lead climate resilient development. Our goals: conduct climate change awareness and educate about 500 community members. Establish 10 community-led resilient agriculture projects. Plant 5,000 trees in partnership with local government and local people. Provide scholarships to 200 disadvantaged girls. Establish 5 clubs focusing on leadership, health and entrepreneurship for girls, boys, men and women with disabilities, not to leave them out. And also conduct menstrual health and hygiene workshops for over 1,000 girls by 2025. We now want to engage with local leaders to advocate for climate resilience policies and also partner with national organizations and promote girls' rights in the country. Conduct research and documentation of best practices in Uganda. Our budget, climate change programs, for climate change programs, it's $50,000 US. Empowerment is $30,000 US. Community development is $40,000 US. And advocacy and policy making is $20,000 US. Our budget, our total budget is $140 USA dollars. Please stand with us in this. Implementation timeline. Year 1, needs assessment, strategy planning, and partnership building by 2 years. By 2 years from now, we shall be done with that. The year program 2026 to 2028. We want to have programs, implementation, and expansion in other districts. From 2028 to 2030, we want to have a scaling up advocacy plan and policy influence in the country. Monitoring and evaluation. Quarterly progress reports, we need them, and we do them. Annual evaluation, we do them. Community feedback, we go down to the community to see their feedback and what they can tell us to do. Participatory monitoring and evaluation, those communities where we go to, those are the people, the local leaders, the LOCs, and whoever who are directly engaged into our organization. We need community savings and credit cooperatives to be established. That's our prayer. for the youth, women, men, and everybody. And also to establish 200 youth-trained vocational schools throughout our country, Uganda, and 50 business supported with entrepreneurship training and funding from our donors, well-wishers, and everyone. Thank you so much for hearing from me, Mukagwa Children and Women Ministries. I'm Betty Mtunda, the founder of that organization. I'm happy to be with you. Christian greetings to everybody.